So now we're going to take a look at the interior. Difficult to know where to start, but we'll start at the beginning when it all got ripped out and we found some massive holes in the floor which were ready for new floor pans. First thing I tackled, actually just as an experiment to see how difficult upholstery was going to be, was this little pad here on the dash on the passenger side. Had some Alcantara kicking around, so decided to trim that, and it turned out to be quite easy. This little bit of trim came later. That's actually a mounting bracket for a microwave. They're actually retro keys off a computer keyboard. Stripped out all the metal trim inside because it was all pretty tatty. Sprayed most of that matte black, as you can see, including the rearview mirror. These uprights on the central pillar I actually kept to this sort of patinaed finish. It's kind of nice. The dash itself I kept as it was. I had to completely refurbish the steering wheel, but it is the original steering wheel, which is rather nice. That's all been matte blacked. Found a crazy gear lever. Added that because that was missing. Added a GPS speedo. The center console started out as something completely different, but then I found this T that I had, which was very relevant, as that's what my wife calls me. So I ended up using this and mounting the switches in this kind of panel that it already had, and the main ignition switch there at the top. Having established that upholstery wasn't too difficult, and finding that replacement reproduction door panels were pretty expensive, I decided to get myself some hardboard and cut out templates using the existing door panels that were pretty rotten, and some vinyl leatherette, and covered those, glued them, and then hand riveted the whole thing, as you can see, with a little bit of a pattern, and took the moldings at the top and just sanded those down, matte coated them, and then riveted those in as well. Again, they got that nice patina on them, which is kind of a cool finish. And there's those LED strip lights on the door as well, which we looked at in the electrical video. Rear parcel shelf got the same treatment, leatherette, hardboard, rivets, and an old belt just as a kind of feature in the middle there. And then these fantastic V's that I found when I stripped out the back seat. I actually had some upholstery made, a little tricky for me because there were some tight corners. So got those professionally covered and padded them up, and they provide the backrest with that semi-opaque perspex board across the back, which allows the light through, which is kind of funky. And then some kneeling cushions, which did the job to bridge the gap, which I don't know what I'm going to do with yet. The wheel arch is still a work in progress. Don't really know what I'm going to do with that. I've started playing with some ideas over here, as you can see. Cut out from an old license plate a little metal cap for that top area, and then I've got this quilted leatherette piece there, but still don't know what to do with the wheel arch itself, so that's interesting. But I kind of want to keep some of the metal work here because that's kind of funky, and I kind of like that. Don't know what I might do with that. So yeah, open to ideas on that one. For the seats themselves, I did go the reproduction route and got some period type cloth, which was relatively good value, honestly. The padding came with it as well, so it was a whole kit for under $1,000, and it's really nice finish on it actually. Carpets likewise, got those from Eckler's, I believe it was. Good quality carpet, fitted perfectly, the right colour for the model, and then found those nice little floor mats. Found myself a nice freestanding centre console, so there's plenty of room for screwdrivers and fuses and everything else that I think is probably a good idea to carry in this vehicle, as well as keys and sunglasses and that kind of stuff. Coach plates for the finishing touch once the carpets were in. Again, reproduction items, Very nice, fitted perfectly. I added in a piece of old baseboard actually, which I just happened to have kicking around at the right length, and it holds the carpet in nicely with a couple of coach screws, so that was just an additional element. Door handles are all original. They polished up quite nicely. There's a little bit of patina on them, as you can see, but they're in pretty good shape overall. And then the door handle I replaced with one from a hot rod website. Fairly standard kind of armrest and handle. New kick plates and new reproduction grills was actually cheaper than getting old ones and cleaning them up. For the moment I've got the original roof liner in there. It's not in bad shape, there's just literally a couple of tiny tears. And of course the dice theme started off by Mr. Chuck Armstrong has been carried out throughout the interior of the vehicle and indeed the exterior. That's about it for the interior, at least for now. So thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe to the channel. See you soon.